Welcome to Muddy River News This Week, sponsored by Harvey's. My name is David Adam. I'm filling in for Bob Goff, who's on the mend this week. And normally when you join us at this location and this time, Bob is talking to dignitaries throughout the city, the mayor, councilmen, state representatives, college presidents, all the people that are making important decisions in the city of Quincy. That's not happening today. Instead, we're going to talk about an infamous rock band that is, well, I've been told they're going to be retiring for the fourth, fifth, sixth time. We're really not sure. Randy Phillips is joining us this morning. He has a big smile on his face because we know that this is supposed to be the last performance of the infamous Maulers, but we know that that statement has been said many times in the past.
Well, yeah, we've cried wolf a couple times on that, yeah, but yeah, this will be our final performance. We got together and talked about it for quite a while. We thought, instead of this, us turning into these old guys and it's this big joke, let's go ahead and go out on top.
Explain to the viewers who the Maulers are in regard to the type of band that you are, who are the other participants in the band, and how you guys got started.
Yeah, okay, so to begin with, the comment I just made, it is a joke from the start, from the get-go. The way we got going on this was in 1983. Okay,
so that you'd have been like 2 or 3 years old?
I was not more than like 5 years old at the time, yeah. In 1983, there was and to be completely open and honest about this, we are an air band. We are not a real music playing band. This is all pre-recorded music, but we get up there with real guitars, real drums, real stage effects and everything like that and put on a show, and people are just dying to see some kind of entertainment show more than just, hear some good music. They want to see a show. So we got into an air band contest at Quincy College at the time, and we won. And so then the next time they had one, they said, well, you got to come back and defend your title. And we said, okay, we'll do that, yeah, sure. So we came back, we defended our title, and we won again. The third time they had it, we said, do you want us to come back and do it again? They said, no, you win every time. We can't have you do that. Well, how about we just be an exhibition act? They said, okay, yeah, sure, do that. Came back and everybody had a good time. This then started to blossom. At the time, myself and several other guys in the band were either in bands or worked for bands doing lighting and staging and things like that. And I used to go out and do tour work for big name rock bands and everything too. And we would, at different outdoor festivals in the summer, in between sets, the Maulers would come on and play and put on a little show, and have a little, get together there and have a good time. This blossomed. It went on for quite a while. We played at several festivals in the area, and we're not the headline act, but the second from headline act. And then eventually it kind of, drifted away as time goes by and everything like that, and people start doing other things. In about 1997, I was working at one of the TV stations here in town, and one of the people I worked with, I was telling him about the Maulers and telling him the story of how we used to do this and that. And he said, well, I've got this huge backyard. I live out in Deer Ridge. I've got this huge backyard. You guys ought to come out there and we could have a day-long party and it would be a great thing. Okay, sure. So November 1st of 1997, we had Maulerpalooza. and about 100 people showed up, and we got all done with it and everything, and people said, that was the coolest thing I've ever seen. You guys got to do that again. And it's not just, like I said, not just us pretending to be a band and doing this on stage and having some stage effects and everything like that. We also had, since I am a video guy, we had some videos that went along with it of some local dignitaries telling how much, they remembered the Maulers from back in their growing up days, and this was a great thing, and so that added to the storyline. This went on. We had Maulerpalooza November 1st of 97. The following summer we had Mauler Stock. That Halloween in October of 98 we had Mauloween. Next year we had the Millennium Show in 99.
There seems to be a theme with this.
Yeah.
I'm just catching on to this, Randy.
Yeah. Well, you go with your strengths. So this went on, and we had some really good shows out there, and I literally 20 plus years later, I still have people come up to me and go, "Aren't you one of those guys that was in that thing out in Deer Ridge?" Yeah, that's us. Yeah.
So the one in Deer Ridge was kind of the one that sort of set everything into motion for all of these other. That was the crowning moment, I guess.
It was kind of a defining point in our career, yeah, as a fake band.
Is there really a defining moment in the career of a fake band?
Well, there was for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tell the people. Now, we know, I believe state law may not allow some of the band members to be congregating in one place at one time. But
federal laws.
Federal laws as well. But let the listener, who's part of this band?
Well, myself, I'm the lead singer. We originally had a different gentleman that we all have character names. I'm Peter Thruster in the band. We had two guys that looked like brothers, but actually weren't brothers. We had Eddie and Alex Vasdefrans. And then Eddie, our storyline of this is that our manager early on signed us to a 99-year non-revocable contract where he gets 75% of all of our profits. So he kept us on the road, playing 365 days a year, sometimes 2 and 3 shows a day.
Sure.
So he could make more money. We finally got some time off while we were in Hawaii on a gig, and Eddie went out with his then girlfriend, whose name was Ginger, and they went out on a 3-hour tour on a little boat, and we haven't seen them since. We don't know what happened.
I've heard that's happened before.
Yeah,
that's not a rare circumstance.
It's a 3-hour tour. Yeah. So that happened. So Eddie, actually the guy that was Eddie, he went a different direction in his life and decided not to continue with us. I think he lives in Texas or somewhere now. Anyway, but Sam Middendorf is Alex. We have his brother John, who is the bassist, Slats Magnum. We have a guy named Kevin Hubble. He lives down near St. Louis now. He is Bitch Pasty. And the drummer is Jim Smith, and that is Joe Middendorf here in town. So we've been together now going on 40 years doing this and having a good time with it. And we took a few years off after the Deer Ridge shows. Eventually went to, we had to get together down at the Southside Boat Club for a guy's birthday party and did it down there one time, which was kind of just kind of a blow-off show, just having fun with it and stuff. Myself and my then girlfriend, now wife, got married out at our house out in rural Adams County, and we thought, well, if we're going to have a Halloween wedding, which is what we had, the band's got to be the Maulers. So
I think that goes without being said.
Maulers got back together and played again. We did that out at our house, and again, people were like, that was so much fun. That was so cool. We got to do that again. Well, we've had multiple shows out there now, and now again we're approaching the 40-year mark. We originally had from 1980 through 1999 was the World Carnage tour. Then we thought, okay, let's call it quits. So we had the farewell tour, which was we said let's make it 2000 through 2021, and that was in 2000. We said that.
Oh, really?
And we thought, that's hilarious. A 21-year farewell tour. We'll never do that. Here it is, 2021, and we said, okay, that's it. We're done.
All right, so if I were to come to a Mauler event, can you describe what I would get to watch?
We'll have a video section at the beginning of the performance. We will then take the stage, and this is put on as an actual performance, an actual concert, the kind of thing you would go to a big arena and see, only it's in a much smaller arena area. And I think this time we're doing like 7 or 8 songs. This actually is going to be about the longest show we've ever done.
How long does it typically last then? 23
minutes this time. So, and for guys our age, that's a long time to be doing what we're doing. So we will go on. There will be, like I said, a lot of stage effects, a lot of some pyrotechnic and things like that.
Well, I understand. Wasn't there an incident where the manager's hair was caught on fire?
Well, not hair, but we did have one of the stage crew. A cinder went down, and he's still got a burn mark on his back. He's happy to let us know about it anytime he can. And he'll be there this time helping out again. So it's kind of a scar of a distinction, like a dueling scar or whatever you want to say. But yeah, and we put it on, like I said, as a real performance, and we have other people participate in it. We'll have some folks from the audience come up and do things, and then in this case, there's going to be some audience participation parts where we have some glow sticks and we have some things that we give out to the crowd and everything like that. And it's a good reason for a bunch of people to get together and have a good time and have a party. And we're out it's open air, so we're going to be as careful as we can about the COVID situation and everything like that. We do have hand sanitizer and everything like that, so it'll be a good time.
All right. So now you've had different names for all of your concerts, the Mauler stock, and you're wearing your Mauleroo.
Mauleroo, yes. Yeah.
Have you named this one?
This one, we had a couple different thoughts. We're just calling it The End.
Ah.
Yeah.
Appropriate enough.
Yeah.
How many people, what's the largest crowd you've ever played in front of?
Out in the Deer Ridge shows, we did never get an exact number because it was just open air and it was, anybody wanted to show up. But our best estimate on one of those, we had right around 1,000 people in this guy's backyard. Wow. So, and several of the others, there was at least 500 to 600 people at them and stuff. So.
Okay, so you started in '83, so just by simple math, you're probably in your early 40s, right?
Sure.
Close enough.
I'll give you that.
Thank you. Why still do this?
Well, like I said, it's a good.
And do you get asked that a lot by like maybe your wife or others like that?
My wife is very happy to have this because it's a good reason to have people out and have a good time and see people maybe we haven't seen, and old friends that have drifted away, and everybody gets involved with life and everything like that. And it's a good reason for a bunch of old friends to get together, and that's what this really is. It's a reason for us to get together and have a good time. But why do we still do it? It's exactly that. It's a good reason to have a good time and pretend like we're not the age that we are.
We don't really want to let anybody know what that is. But basically, all of the band, other than the original lead singer, is still together, right?
Well, the original lead guitar player.
Lead guitar player is still together.
Yeah, still the original band. One of the guys is not going to be able to make it this time, and it's a COVID concern. He had some cancer situation a few years ago, and his wife has some bad lung problems and everything like that. So he had to bow out this time. But he's there with us in spirit, and we're gonna next spring sometime get together and not have a Maulers show, but have a good get together where we can all get together and hang out and have a good time.
Now, how did the name Maulers come together?
I can tell you who gave us the name. It's the bass player John. But how it happened, I really don't know. We kind of just were sitting around, spitballing ideas about names and stuff like that, and that's the name he came up with.
And you guys were all in college when this basically was done,
more or less,
just out of college.
Yeah.
And sitting around just going, what has to be happening for you guys to decide, hey, let's create a fake air band that's going to be around for the next 40 years?
Yeah, the intention was to get through the first air band contest, and then they said, come back and do it again. Well, okay, let's do it again. And it just kind of kept snowballing from there and kept on going. So, but yeah, like I said, we've had people, I still have people to this day come up to me ever so often and say, aren't you one of the guys in that band that played out there in Deer Ridge? Yeah, that was us, yeah. And we actually one year had one of the get-togethers. It was the summer of '98 show. We had that, and apparently man and woman met that day for the first time. The following year, I was out shooting video somewhere, and some guy walked up to me and said, hey, aren't you one of those? Yeah. He said, me and my wife met at your get-together at that party. Oh, that's cool. He goes, yeah, we're getting married this next Saturday. I said,
need a band?
This next Saturday? Yeah. Well, we're playing this next Saturday. Can you guys come out there in your wedding clothes? Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah. Well, they never showed, but they were getting married a year later on the exact day as the Maulers were playing again. So touched by a Mauler. So.
Now, the history of the Maulers is you have a website, right?
We did have a website. The website just kind of went away after a few years.
Okay.
We're on Facebook. So you can find us on Facebook, and anybody knows who the Maulers are.
Well, that I think is for sure. That's why we would have you on here. Do you have a favorite Maulers moment? Is there one story that whenever you talk about the history of the Maulers, you go, it wouldn't be complete if we didn't tell this story.
I do, but I can't tell it on the air.
Oh, well.
No, but I'll give you another one, though.
Okay, we'll take number 2 on the list.
It's a family audience. I can't tell you that story.
We'll have to go to the Plus channel to be able to get the first version.
Yeah. We were playing down at the Landing Water Park. And it was, again, in between, the real band playing and stuff. We went up and did our thing and stuff. Came off stage and got done with everything. And, I went back and I was running lights for the real band that night and went back. And the guy came up to me while I was running lights, came over and said, "Wow, you guys are great." Oh, well, hey, thanks a lot, man. He goes, you sound just like Sammy Hagar. I'm like, yeah. Yeah,
I would hope so.
Yeah. He goes, "Oh, your nails, man, your nails." I said, "I'm what?" And he goes, "Your nails." Okay. So I guess that's good. I guess that
you can go
hard driving or something.
When, when they put it on the gravestone.
Yeah,
he sounded like Sammy Hagar.
He was nails. Yeah.
Thank you and good luck. I mean, it sounds like this will be a fun time and a great chance to get together with a bunch of old friends.
It is, and like I said, it's we've never tried to hide the fact that we're a fake band or anything like that. We're not trying to play ourselves off as a real thing. This is an entertainment thing, and it's something to get together with a bunch of folks and have a good time.
Thanks.
Hey, thank you guys.
And thank you for joining us. Hopefully next week we'll have some more dignitaries, but you enjoyed our little spin away from the serious side of things to listen to a band that has quite honestly been quite popular around Quincy and these parts for quite some time. Thank you for joining us, and for Muddy River News this week, sponsored by Harvey's, I'm David Adams.